everyone, it's your boy Arktos, member number 2 of AstraLog, your locked royal, your guy who had a really messed up dream last night, but more about that later. Today we're doing more art, at last! I still have a few more of these little giveaway winners to get through, so hopefully in the next coming weeks I'll be able to do just that, and finally get through all of them, and hopefully no weekend plans get in the way for now. We'll see. I'm really hoping that's the case. Anyway, tonight we are drawing for, on Twitter they go by Meme Jess, on Twitch they go by Humans Are Creator, so use whichever name you choose. They are linked in all of the places that I am able to link things. As you can see, I've kind of got a sketch started, not really much of one at this point, but I've got the file open, that's a start. And the pose they have requested is, let's see, a nice pose would be her tightening her tie or giving a wink to the camera, whichever one you prefer doing. And obviously, I can kind of combine both of those, but at the same time, that's more or less the same pose that is seen in this one reference right here, and I don't really want to draw exactly that. Hello? Why is my undo key not undoing? Hello? Hello? We're already off to a great start, guys. Anyway, let me restart Fire Alpaca really quick. It does this sometimes. Save. That would be nice to save the file first. PSD. Save. Close. Let's restart this again. Okay. File. Open recent. And we're back. Fire Alpaca does this sometimes. I don't really know why it does it, but it does that. Anyway, welcome in. Hello, Narding. How you doing? How you doing? Let's see. Let's get all of my colors back. Sketch color. Good. And you? I'm okay, I guess. You ever have a dream that just kind of leaves you feeling more exhausted than anything? Hi Dad, hi Nodin. I'm currently fighting for my life in Space Costco, but I'll join in later. Bro. I was sitting here waiting for that to show up. Hi Len. I saw the thing pop up in the activity feed. I just kind of sat here with my cheeks clenched, being like, oh yeah, the tune's gonna play any second now. Alright, let's do that. Headphones off. Don't want to do push-ups with those on. Turn this up a little bit so you can hear me. Cool. You can't I'm not slacking, I promise. I'm trying. I'm really trying. Alright, I'm on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10. Ugh. Now, admittedly, I have been slacking on working out a tiny bit, though. Not intentionally, I've just been busy, which I guess is kind of a bad excuse, but I mean, my only kind of indoor workout choice at the moment is Ring Fit, and I can't do outdoor work because I get heat stroke too easily and it's been too hot, and I'd rather not die of heat stroke. Doesn't seem like a good way to go out, you know? So anyway, cat. You're not a cat. I think you're supposed to be a fennec fox if I read your page correctly. Which maybe I should, in that case, make the ears a little bigger, but I don't want to get too crazy with liberties and character design, you know. Let's see, where is my other window for reference for ease of viewing? There we go. Just adjusting some stuff on my end. Nice. So anyway, about that fucked up dream I had. That was something. So it was like, there was just out of nowhere an alien invasion, but by an alien invasion, I mean there was one alien, and it was really small, and it looked like a little hamster, more or less. Like, imagine like a little Animal Crossing kind of hamster. That's what we're talking about, but it was an alien. Flying in its little ship, and me and all my pals are just like, oh shit, there's an alien! And so suddenly me and like 2 other people kind of become the protagonist of fighting off the alien. But this alien is like super good at whatever the heck it's doing. And suddenly it's nighttime. And me and the 2 other people are trying to catch some sleep. And the room we're in is like big and empty, and in it there's essentially kind of like 1 bed and 2 couches that we're sleeping in, and the windows, it was windowed on 3 sides, and the one side that didn't have windows went out into a hallway. But out of the windows we could kind of see the rest of this weird little city we were in. But right across from the building was this other building that was, I don't know how to describe it. It was really a giant, not really a cube, just a giant solid kind of rusty metallic structure, except for one part of it that kind of looked like a big lens. And in the middle of the night, the one person who actually turned out to be Hakude Reimu, you know, the main character from Toho, she was sound asleep. And the other person was also sound asleep. I was awake, and I saw the lens on that other building just, you know, suddenly start looking around. Like, a spotlight came out of it, and it started looking like it was looking around this city we were in. Until eventually, it looked kind of in our direction, and the spotlight shone into the room we were in. And the lens turned bright red, like it was about to fire a laser, and I'm like, oh shit, Reimu, we gotta get you out of here. Just messed up. Don't have weird dreams, guys. I don't recommend it. It makes you feel very tired. I think it's... Not really sure which eye I want to wink yet, so I think for now I'll just draw both of them in. And you also have this weird, like, clover thing going on your eye, too. Both spades? They're both spades, okay. see. Since you have those little spades, I'm probably not going to put the usual blush I do on your cheeks. Oh, you're doing this again. Stop! There we go. Your ears are fluffy. Let's probably add a little bit of fluff to them. Probably pull out that nose a little bit more. There we go. don't have a tail, do you? Doesn't look like it. I'm gonna go check their Twitter just to see if I can dig up additional reference. They do have a schedule kind of design that shows a tail. That art has a tail. I think what I might do is I'll add a tail in like a separate layer. And then if they're like, no, that's not right, take it out, I can just turn it off. That makes sense to me. I don't know about you guys, but it makes sense to me. There's a tail there too. I mean, I don't know. Tail makes sense to me. Give a little more space to add it in. Man, why are legs so hard to draw? What's up with that? Your tie goes in front of that vest you're wearing, it seems. No, these legs still look wrong. Ah! Immense pain. No, like, I have an idea of what I want to do. It's just a matter of execution. Like, I think to set it apart from this, I kind of want to make it look like they're in motion. It's like a little sort of walk kind of to it. A step of sort. You know, this foot doesn't look like it's contacting the ground properly. Jesus Louises. Maybe it's just that the center of balance is way off. I still don't love that. You ever want to see an old man cry? Because I will. All these legs. Why can't I get it right? What's wrong with me? Don't answer that. It still looks wrong. It still looks wrong. I'm actually about to cry. Both out of frustration and embarrassment. You know? Yeah, that's not right. This leg is way too long. And, like, it looks like it's not twisted right. finally feel like we're getting somewhere. After 8,000 years. Thank you for being patient. Sketching can either be the easiest and fastest part of the process for me, or the most agonizing. There's no in-between. There's never an in-between for it. Some days are simply better than others. I still want to fix the legs, though. There's something about those legs that just feels off. Alright, I want to make more sense of this tail, because right now, while the silhouette of it looks nice, you can't really tell where the tail is, like, is it going through the coat, is it going under the coat, and I kind of want to get it to more go underneath the coat, if that makes sense. Hey Shiba, welcome in. Still not entirely 100% sure if this character is supposed to have a tail, because the references are a little bit all over the place, but I'm pretty sure they're supposed to, considering I think they're supposed to be a fox, but neither of the references I was given have a tail. So, worst comes to worst, better to do too much work and then... better to do too much than not enough, if that makes sense. Easier to take it out than to go back and have to draw it in later, you know? Okay. And I'm gonna give the legs one more go, because that's the only part that's really bothering me at the moment. Once I fix the legs, I'll probably just jump right into doing line art. I'm not a fan of how messy this sketch is already, but it is what it is. Some days, art is simply a long battle. An agonizing battle. Okay, actually, let me duplicate this layer. And if I want to get the wink in here too. what I might do. Because in this one eye, they have like this kind of clover thing going on in it. I'm debating if I want to make the pupil itself kind of that clover shape, or if I want it to be more like I have the circle and then put the clover in it. Because what I usually do is, like, the whites of the eye, I don't color those in. And then, like, this inner part would be white, if that makes sense. So I could have, like, the whites of the eye be blank like usual. The iris could be that blue, this blue color, and then have the clover in it. Or alternatively, I could color in the whites of the eye and then have the color, or have the clover. I mean, I can figure that out later. I'm still kind of on the sketching part, and that's the least of my worries. So I guess we'll just have to see how it translates once I actually really get into the thick of cleaning things up. Some of the other references on their page also have, like, their fluff on their head looking a bit more fluffier too, but I'm kind of going and playing it safe based on the references I was given, because according to them, this character, her, like, this is the most recent design of her character, which has no fluff on the head, or a lot less, and also, like, these little cheek fluffs go downward as opposed to kind of more out. So I'm kind of going for a happy medium here, and hopefully it works. Do a quick stretch. Ugh. I can't imagine this person, or really anyone else in this list of art.io people, being really overly particular about how their characters are drawn, though. Because, I mean, it is free art. And I do, after I, you know, show them their files and all of that, say, hey, if there's any small changes you want me to make, please let me know. Because, I mean, if I did get something wrong, might as well, you know, offer an opportunity for correction to be made. That's the professional thing to do. But I mean, to this point, no one's really been like, it's all wrong, it's terrible, send it back. There's been some small fixes here and there, but everyone's been very nice, which is good. Sometimes you can never tell how people are gonna react to the art they are given. I used to take commissions forever ago, and I mean, I stopped because I do full-time stuff now, so I don't really have the need or time to do commissions. But there was this one commissioner I got forever ago, and this was an animated commission, mind you, where I had to animate their character kind of swaying back and forth, and also, like, they'd summon out a little kind of butterfly looking thing at one point, which it's not the hardest thing to animate in the world. I was doing it with kind of like a puppet animation style, so it wasn't hand-drawn at all. I just kind of need to work with some in-betweens and make sure it all flowed properly. But anyway, I did it. I did one pass, and I was animating this in Flash at the time. Let me put that context into that. This was in Flash, which, if you're familiar with Flash, now known as Animate, Adobe Animate, it's not really the best software despite it being for animation, but whatever. And so I do all that, I send it to the guy, and they're like, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. Fix this, fix this. And mind you, each time I had to go in and really adjust all of these, like, tweens and stuff, it just made it all the more complicated. And at the time, I also didn't really have a limit on how many corrections could be made. And it eventually got to the point where I'm just like, look, man, there's not much more I can really do with this, brother. You gotta cut me some slack here. And I mean, eventually, you know, the best compromise is one where everyone leaves at least a little bit disappointed. So the saying goes. I mean, I thought it still looked good in the end. That was how many years ago? Forever ago? And a lot of people who commissioned me at the time were, like, furries and stuff. Which is funny, because I've always been kind of furry adjacent. I never took part in the furry community, but they'd always commission me, because I could draw them. So I animated a lot of furries back in the day. So it's always been a bit interesting going to cons and seeing someone in their fursuit and being like, I've drawn that character before. Like, you know that meme where it's like the guy standing in the corner of the party being like, they don't know I did XYZ or whatever? Imagine that, but instead of a party, it's a furry convention, and it's me without a fursuit standing there like they don't know I've drawn their fursonas. That's how it feels to be commissioned by a lot of furries. But they've been mostly very nice, though. Furry community gets, like, a lot of... They become the butt of a lot of jokes because of all of the bad people, but I mean, furries are just like you and me. They're fine. They just like having animal characters. There's nothing wrong with that. And frankly, there's just as many miserable people outside of the furry community as there are in it, so... yeah. Getting a little bit closer to how I want this. Bit off. It's like this foot seems a little bit smaller than the other one. Is that what's going on? Let's scale it up a little bit. Okay, I think I can live with this. I think one thing I might do is... I'll try something really quick. Scale up the head ever so slightly. Alright, I can live with that at last. Let's get to line art. Take a sip of water. Oh yeah. Still no deep voice. Look, we can't all win. Welcome back though, Milo. Taking a break from re-rigging my live 2D model. Good luck. I know rigging is a very, very tedious process, so take all the time you feel you need. Oh, you're doing hand tracking too? Ooh, that's gonna be tough. Because with hand tracking, you really need to consider things like foreshortening, I think. Especially if you're doing it in 2D, which is very hard to accomplish with live 2D, unless you're making something really, really, really simple. I'll start with a different line. Watched a 1-hour-long tutorial on YouTube just to make the tracking work. Thank God for YouTube tutorials, though. We love a little free education. What giveaway happened that you're drawing? This is kind of still related to all of the other giveaway art that I've been drawing. Back in the spring, I did a art giveaway over on Twitter, which blew up a lot more than I thought it would, because I was just thanking people for a humble 50 Twitter followers at the time. And the prizes were one animated piece of art, one static piece of art, and then for every extra 50 followers that I gained on Twitter, I would add another prize. Well, I went from 50 followers to nearly 800 followers. And I'm a man of my word, and I am currently still working on all the art that I owe, and the reason that it has taken me so long to get through all of this art is because A, I said I would stream all the art, B, I need a long period of time to stream one piece of art, so like several hours in the day, which the only time I have to do that is weekends, because I do stuff full-time. So I can't exactly, you know, finish all of my full-time work and then be like, all right, it's time to stream. And C, I mean, I have a life, which means not all of my weekends are free. So I'm still gradually working on all the art that I need to finish for other people. All of those giveaway prizes. As my streamer friend said, full of bots, half of my followers are them. Yeah, it's really bad. It's especially bad when you're just kind of starting out. Like if you're a streamer on Twitter and you're just kind of starting out, it's really hard to really market yourself without half the people following you being like, I am a professional graphics designer commissioning me. I love my clients. Definitely not a bot. Like shit, I like to commission a lot of artists personally, and I made a tweet about how I love commissioning artists. And half of the responses to that were just bots being like, why not give me a chance? I can take your commission. What are you looking for? Like, bro, read the room. And some of them even like went into my DMs. And they all start their DMs the same way, being like, hey, hello, love your profile picture. Hey, are you still looking for commissions? And I'm like, not from you, that's for sure. And all the stuff those little bots do looks exactly the same. It's really sad to see. But thank God VGen exists now. VGeb and Skeb, or VGen and Skeb, which makes it a lot easier to like look for, you know, actual artists taking commissions. What's really funny is, so not long ago I did a stream where I streamed myself making the emotes that I have over on Twitch now, and when I was tweeting about that, there were like several bots in the replies just being like, I can make emotes for you, and I'm like, read the room! I'm making my own! And while they're not, you know, the best emotes in the world, they certainly look better than anything that a bot could do. In fact, I still need to make more emotes. What's funny is half of those bots have Twitter Blue, which is very ironic. Imagine paying for Twitter Blue. I don't know about you guys, but I'm gonna feel more inclined to believe you're a bot if you pay for Twitter Blue. Like, is it just me? Recently still checking the hole called Indie VTuber Twitch section, aka scroll goes brr to the bottom on just chatting. Only things I see is there's a lot of lewd tubers and some really starting out people. Good amount of PNG tubers too. Like, you cannot order or make your own live 2D model or even grab some free one. Everyone's got their own thing they want to do with VTubing. I really can't, you know, judge how people want to present themselves online. Like, I know my model in rig sure isn't, you know, the most fantastical, whimsical, lovely thing in the entire internet. But heck, I was a newbie on the internet once. I know exactly what it's like to, you know, start off with all of your things looking like absolute dog shit. I was on DeviantArt in 2008. I can't knock people for it. Hi Soleil, my son. Welcome back. I mean, the thing with, if you want a full-on live 2D rig, that shit's expensive. If you want a really good one, that shit's really expensive. And if not expensive, really hard to learn. Like, sure, there's tutorials out there, but there's a difference between watching the tutorial and actually practicing what the tutorial has to show you. If I understood every single thing out there, I'd be a goddamn Picasso right now. But you know what? I'm not. Nothing wrong with that, though. Plus, everyone's wants something different out of streaming. Like, not everyone is streaming to really make a name of themselves. Like, I don't stream to make a name of myself. I'm just doing this for the hell of it. Plus, I feel there's a lot of charm. Like, this is more of a personal opinion. There's a lot of charm in things that look bad. In things that are very obviously, like, a newbie did this. Because it's fun to watch people start from, you know, the bottom and then get better over time. By the way, it's hard to find another EU VTuber here to exist with. Like, Twitch does exist. Yeah, I mean, I'm currently in a American time zone, so I don't particularly think there are a lot of EU people in general who follow me, so I can't really help there. Except for Yanni, but Yanni is awake at insane hours. I'm surprised. Although they're not a VTuber, so... Yanni's built different, that's for sure. I'm gonna erase this. Fix this cheek shape first. I feel like the VTuber sphere in general tends to ignore EU time zones for whatever reason. And it's like, it's not that there aren't VTuber fans in the EU too. There's plenty of people I know who are fans of VTubers that live over there. But there's just not a lot of, I guess, visible or platformed creators that at least that I've seen, are catering specifically to EU, which is strange to me. I know, at least on a corporate scale, Vesper, before he left Holostars, he catered very well to EU streamers. But now he's not here. So, now what? I miss him. Bring Vesper back. Sele hasn't debuted yet. His rig is still in the works. And Orion's been in Japan, and therefore hasn't been able to stream, but he's back now. I don't know if he's streamed since he got back. I don't think he has. Where is he? Where is my beautiful wife? He said he'll maybe be back this week. Bet. Because I know Mondays and Thursdays are busy again for him. And probably Fridays too. Yeah, the thing about myself and Orion and Soleil is that all of our models are actually drawn by, like, other people, like bigger artists that we've commissioned instead of, you know, just doing it ourselves. And then our rigs are also commissioned by a separate person, a friend of mine, Lemonade Lass, who should be linked on my Twitch somewhere, who I don't know how busy they've been lately, but yeah. And I do want to learn Live 2D for myself, like I said. I still haven't downloaded it yet. One day I will. Oh, hold up. Sorry about that. Apparently, food was made. I don't know what the food was, but there's food when I get hungry, though. That's good. Oh, so like, I know I said last weekend, like, my palace mates got married and all of that. Great. But one of the gifts for them that arrived while they were gone this week was an air fryer. And first of all, clearly we now own an air fryer. But the one of them, she was like, I kind of don't want this. And I'm immediately like, hold up. Hold up. I've always wanted to experiment with an air fryer because I've never owned an air fryer. Apparently they're really good for reheating things, which is great. Just what I need. What are you playing lately? I played some GTA. 30% completion. I mean, I recently played Everhood, which is very good. It's an RPG rhythm game, essentially. Very, very... Yeah, Ori loves his air fryer. Yeah, but Everhood is a very Undertale-inspired game. At least I think it came out after Undertale. And it's one of those games where it's like you have to make a moral choice, and whether or not you're making the correct choice is up for debate. And I just finished one of the endings to the game last week, and it was really damn good. And I might stream myself doing one of the other endings this coming week. That's a really good game. I'm glad I played it. Love me some 2D RPGs. Can even beat the devs in one ending? Oh. That's fun. That was a really good game to go into blind, though. Because I didn't really know much about it. Like, I've heard of it before playing it, obviously. I bought the damn game. But I didn't really know the plot, so to speak. That was really good to go in completely clueless, too. And I think once I finish all the other endings to it, I think I might finally go and play Hylix 2. I put that one off for quite a while, and I really liked Hylix 1. See, other than that, though, I really haven't played really any other games as of late. I mean, I've been doing the Fate Grand Order summer event, but when am I not playing Fate Grand Order? Muse Dash I always play. That's kind of a given at this point. But other than that, nothing really new. I'm playing a shit ton of Pokemon Picross because I dug up my 3DS a while back. Good luck rigging the fingers. See you soon. God, whatever food was made smells really good. I can smell it from here. I feel like I kind of just ate, though. So I will eat after stream. I'm not really hungry. I ate so bad yesterday. As in you ate too much or you ate not enough? Admittedly, I've felt like a glutton this entire weekend. Ate unhealthy? I understand. I understand. So, I made the mistake of checking what coupons are available for Domino's, to which it had a really, really good discount for like a 3-topping medium pizza. I'm like, fuck yes. And it also had like half off of their little Parmesan bites, which are really damn good. So I got both of those, and it straight up cost me like basically 50% off for all of that, which is a steal. And I've already eaten all of it across the last 2 days. Haha, whoopsie. Plus, admittedly, while I did not end up doing karaoke, I did drink on Friday. The problem is, I got the kind of drunk mindset where I did not feel good, which is rare nowadays, but it still happened. And I don't like streaming with a bad mindset. Oh yeah, I'm fine. I didn't get, like, hungover or anything the next day either. In fact, for better or worse, I rarely get hungover nowadays. Usually, when I drink the next day, I just kind of wake up with a tummy ache. Which I did. You've evolved? I've just gained an alcohol tolerance, that's all. You can't see it, but I've got, like, the most painful smile you can imagine on my face. Drink responsibly, kids. restart my driver recently, and it feels like my pen settings were changed because of it somehow, but I can't figure out in which way. It's like sometimes my pen doesn't have enough sensitivity to it, and then other times it is fine. I don't know what's up with it. Hate it here. There we go. Look, I know I just said that I'm not hungry, but whatever food was made is actually making my mouth water so bad right now. It smells kind of like steak, maybe? It smells really damn good. God, I love steak. I know my one roommate makes some pretty banger beef stroganoff, but I don't think it's beef stroganoff. Especially considering we just had that a week ago. I know chicken wings are like probably my favorite food, but overall, steak is probably my favorite meat. That makes sense? I just think it's delicious. What do you mean, they what? I didn't say they at all, did I? Oh, I just said that steak is probably my favorite meat, despite chicken wings being my favorite food. Ooh, now my tummy's rumbling. Let me... Man's gotta make a little potty run. Hold up. Sorry that took so long. I fell in and got stuck. Hey, Yanni! Nice to see ya. I know I'm kind of early for you right now, aren't I? It's a nice and cozy, what, 10 p.m. for you now? And not 1 in the morning? Got stuck? Yeah. It happens to the best of us, right? Look, admittedly, if I could, I would probably usually stream this time, but unfortunately, I can't. I like being a little bit early, but I only have so much free time. Welcome back, Milo. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to, at least for the next few weeks, stream art around this hour somewhat consistently on Sundays. I don't foresee myself having any interruptions to that, but things may change. Things usually change, but I want to be able to get through the rest of the art that I owe people. Still stuck on the line art? Line art takes me a bit. It's usually, unless I get really stuck with the sketch, which unfortunately I did this time around, it is usually the part of the process that takes me the longest, because I like my lines to be perhaps too clean. Also, I stepped away for a good small amount of time, because your boy had to use the little VTuber's room. It happens. Yeah, I wish I wasn't such a perfectionist with my line art, but also I always like how it looks. I like how clean it feels. Like, you could just say, well, Uma, why don't you just go and move on to using a vector software, since you like it so clean? It's not the same. I used Illustrator before, and using Illustrator just made me feel mad. Tell me, if you would look to watch some VTuber stream over here, for what kind of a person would you look for? I mean, I guess there's not really one particular kind of person that I care to watch. I guess as a personal preference, I don't really care to watch specifically lewd tubers or people who focus on being 18 plus, but also I don't really want to watch, you know, someone who's like making kids content, if that makes sense. I guess wholesome isn't really the right word either. I guess welcoming to be around. Don't really care to watch FPS games, but that's just because I get motion sick watching them, so. Someone welcoming, easy to chat with if I choose to chat. Good sense of humor. I don't know. Yeah, kids' content would be rare, I guess. I'm just having trouble finding the right words. But what else is new? I like a little silliness, but not to the point where it becomes overbearing. I don't particularly care if said streamer has a good rig or not. That's the least of my worries. Yeah, vibe is everything. I like a person I can put on in the background when I am just working on things. Someone easy to listen to, easy to follow. I'm not gonna put them on and then hear like 5 billion like particularly not safe for work things. That's just not for me. I don't care if that's other people's things. It's just not for me. We don't shame here. All I see in people's tags right now is the LGBT and ADHD stuff. I mean, I don't know. I feel like having those tags isn't more so to say... I mean, I guess in a way you kind of are saying that you are one of those things, but I don't think it's a bait tag. It's more so to say you're a safe environment for people like that. Like, I'll admit, I'm on the LGBT spectrum. I've got brain problems, but I don't tag those, not because, you know, not because I don't want to put it out there that I am, but it's more so because, what's the right word for it? I don't know. It's just, I don't mind seeing those tags. I don't think there should be a problem with those tags at all. I don't know. Should be more popular? I don't know. Who cares? Who cares? None of my business. I'm not here to police how people market themselves. It's not really my right to. Who cares who asked with someone for sure, pal? I mean, it's not really worth being upset about. Who cares? Not that you are upset, but I guess it's not really worth thinking too hard about. Because in the end, I care more about the actions someone makes on stream than the tags that they have below. Unless their tags are like really, really out there, but those are just, to me, normal tags, I guess. Yeah, as long as they're chill and cool, it's okay. Yeah. I'm a very actions speak louder than words kind of person. So I'm gonna care way more about how you're acting on stream than really how you present the things. Like, that's not really the way to phrase it either, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm getting at. Okay, now this other eye. The clover in it. Still need to figure out how I'm going to resolve that. Let's get a new layer. I feel like it would look more visually appealing if I did this, like, with the clover inside like that as opposed to that. Does anyone have any strong feelings? So I feel like this is technically more true to the character design, and then I'd probably have to color in this blue. Just I usually leave the whites of the eyes uncolored. As opposed to... I think I'll do my usual first and then go from there. Take a little liberty. Why don't we? Got the perspective tool here. This program doesn't have a perspective. Well, it sort of does, but it's not great. But I don't feel like I need to use it here. That was just me looking to see. Test some ideas. Let's see. Your eyes are like this dark blue. I think I might end up tweaking the hue of that slightly in the long run, but we'll put that down as a base first. Because the blue on top of the pink, I don't really line the irises, so those colors might end up clashing. I have to nose on its own layer too. I'm just going to be doing some really simple flat shading. Like really, really simple. Like, let me open up a visual reference for how I usually do these. Like this, essentially. Really flat, very bare minimum shading. Like you can see there's a little bit here, and then most of the shading is kind of just the highlights in the hair and stuff. See some in the hat too and all that, but very simple. One reference has the clover like a really bright neon green, and then the other one has that more toned down. So I think I might also go through and take some liberties in coloring too. Hey, Squid. Welcome in. See, the nose is completely black, so I'm just going to go ahead and just color that in black. I felt like a lot easier by doing that. Realized I forgot to put the line for the top of the vest. Let's fix that. There we go. Now... let's get to coloring. Okay, let me... put you in here. Alright, well the blue looks kind of alright against the pink, maybe. So let me change this little drop down, change it to 2. There we go. Make sure there's no awkward little pixels in the corners here. Thing I usually do on the eye too. Let me see if adding a little highlight will look good too, because I usually add that. Wrong tool. That's probably fine. I was kind of debating if I wanted to kind of just have the clover as like a green outline around a white highlight. No, that doesn't feel quite right though. Unless, hold on. I'll try something really quick. Yeah, I don't love that. Never mind. I take it all back. keep it like that for now. Tie and the shirt, or the coat, seem to be the same colors. I have to try to make sure they don't really blend into each other right here. Let's see how dark that blue for the coat shows up here. It's probably gonna be a little bit too dark. Yeah, that blends in right with the line. We don't want that. Let's lighten that up a little bit. Perhaps a little too light. Vest and shoes seem to be about the same shade of gray. I'll just make them the same. Easy. Guess you're making good art decisions. I'm fighting for my life constantly. I am just chilling. That is way too dark. I do appreciate all viewers, though. I don't care if people just lurk. I don't mind a dead chat. Okay, sometimes dead chat makes me a little nervous, but for the most part, I don't mind. I'll admit it. And I know that when it comes to art streams, I can kind of hush up for periods at a time, because either I'm focusing or there's just nothing to say. But hey, some people like that. Some people are here just to observe, and there's nothing wrong with that. A little bit lighter. side of the coat too. It's got the little details going here too. In other words, everything going on with the ears and the little cheek spades. Reference over a tiny bit. I know it's because I have this blue overlay going, but I don't really like the way that's taking away from the red in these little spades. Let's see if there's a way I can make them a little more red instead of purple. Put more orange into them, maybe? No, that kind of grays them out. Don't want that. Ooh, that's way too pink. I might even just take them out of the group. Color it by hand. Hiya, welcome in and thank you for the follow. Hope you're having a good day, or night, or morning, or whatever time zone it is for you. Welcome. Doing well? Love to hear it. How's art going so far? It was a bit slow at first, but we're on the coloring stage of it, which means it's actually starting to near kind of the end. Let's get the stripes on the other ear. After I color, then I'll have to put a little bit of very simple shading into it. And then I color in the line art a little bit, and then it's done. Go look at their Twitter page again, just to see if there's any specific way the tail shows up in some of these other arts. Looks like the tail is just a solid pink. Yeah? I don't see anything that shows otherwise, so I think I'll just keep it a solid pink. Works for me. Your art style is so cute. Thank you! I do enjoy drawing these little chibis. Where is the sketch ticket? Get rid of that. Get out of here. I have to do this. We're gonna do this a different way. Get out of here. You come down here. Duplicate and put you above the line. Put into the eyes too. Oh. Usually I'll just slap this blue overlay on top of everything, but I'm not a fan of the way it's kind of taking away from the reds here in this case. So I'm just trying to get it to not do that. If I do line art, it's so smooth. I really take a lot of pride in my smooth line art, I'll admit that. It's a bit tedious to do sometimes, but I feel like visually it's kind of worth it, at least for me. Alright, I am fine with all of those reds. Put some shading in here. That wasn't what I wanted to pull up. Sorry, just rearranging my references on my other screen, so it's a little easier for me to look at. Did I close it? No, it's right there. You want to draw? I highly encourage other people watching to draw along if they so choose. Not even necessarily drawing the same thing, I just find it's nice to draw along with others. Okay. Let's see. I have to go lighter than this, yeah. Too much. A little bit lighter. I'll start with that. Alpha. I love bright colors. I really do. Despite me appearing as this large, hulking man online, I really like cute things and bright colors. I believe the term for that is gap moe. Either way. Look, I'm making up for it because... Look, growing up, I was always one of those, I hate pink, I hate cute colors, I hate all of this girly stuff. And then I grew up. Feel quite right. When I was a baby trans, I was like, I'm never touching girly things, and look at me now. Yeah. I understand. I feel like there's a lot of irony in the fact that I feel more appreciative of feminine things after becoming a trans man. For me, it's because I'm enjoying it as a guy as opposed to being expected to like it. Yeah, that's a big part of it. It's a really big part of it. And even then, like, despite enjoying all of these kind of feminine things, I never myself feel feminine for doing so, which is nice. I'm just an appreciator of things. And like, shit, I know enough cis guys who like also like feminine things. Why can't I? In the end, who cares? It's just an interest. It doesn't have to be that deep. Exactly. That's exactly it. sparkles a little bit smaller here. I love putting an let me speak. Let me gather my brain. Oh my god. I love putting unnecessarily sparkles. I'm still not speaking right. Alright, take 3. I love putting unnecessary little sparkles all over things. Just gives it a little bit of texture, you know? A little bit more to look at, in a way that's nice. Some the tail. What's funny is it's a thing I didn't start doing until I had to start drawing for AstraLog. AstraLog being, you know, VTuber group of myself, Orion, and Soleil, my son, my beautiful son. Because we're all very, very sparkly boys. And now it's just kind of caught on to doing it in basically everything else that I draw. I think I want to change the color of this highlight on the head. I'm just not the biggest fan of that. You're so dadcore? I'll accept that. I mean, I do already do the dad thing where, you know, when you're either sitting up or standing down from a chair, you always have to make like a little grunt, and that seems to be a very dad thing, and I do that. And also I call Soleil my son. I also tend to do the thing where if people say, you know, like, I'm sleepy, I'll respond with, hi, sleepy, I'm dad. Oh my god, I don't even want to be a father. Fuck. Well, Soleil is one of very few people I will accept as my child. And I say that partially because he is also a grown boy and can take care of himself, and therefore I don't have to do shit other than be here and be supportive. My wonderful son who can take care of himself and doesn't need me to be like a helicopter parent, which are the worst. It's okay, we can admit that. Oh fuck, this all reminds me that Ori and I have to do a football watch-along. Neither of us even watch football, but we have to do a football watch-along. There's like one specific YouTube channel I watch that does these really funny documentaries about different football and sport things in general. And they just did another thing in their series that is, I think, a 7-part documentary on the Vikings, I think? And Ori and I said we would at some point do a watch-along of it, and I've purposefully not watched it yet. I don't know shit about football. All I know is they throw ball, run, get point. Do I look like I know what a football is? For any European watchers in the chat, I am referring to American football, not soccer, which I also equally do not know anything about. Alright, let's put some actual other shading here. When the ball is foot, I don't know, I've never played the game. Throw ball, get concussion, win respect of Midwestern fathers or their hire. Wasn't there a football player that, like, died on the field last year or something? But then, like, came back to life or something? I don't know, I don't follow the sport. I remember it being, like, a whole big thing, because, my sister is really... Well, she's not really into football, but she's, like, a big enough fan of her local team that I kind of hear things through her. And then my mom's into college football, which I feel even less inclined to care about. I think the closest I've ever got to caring about football is I've watched a significant chunk of Ice Shield 21, but never finished it. And I only did it because I thought Hiroma was cute. That's the blonde demon boy. It's a very normal football anime, you know? Yeah, normal football anime with demons and guns. Oh, that just makes it sound even more American. Never mind. But there are guns in it. It's very rare for me to actually care about sports anime, too. I'll admit that. I think the only ones that I've watched the entire way through are Megalobox, which was very good. Highly recommend Megalobox. I watched Yuri on Ice. I was there when it crashed the Crunchyroll servers. I have not watched Tsurune. What other sports anime have I watched? I don't even know. I think I watched like 5 episodes of Haikyuu. But the thing is, I don't really care much about anime about teenagers in general. I just feel like I can't connect. They're never making that movie. We gotta be honest with ourselves. They're never making the Yuri on Ice movie. Mappa does not care. It's okay, Mappa. The feeling's mutual. I mean... They're never making it. Why would they when they can just cash in on the next big shonen? And then all of their fanboys can, again, complain about how apparently the animation still looks bad. And they can continue to overwork and underpay their animators. Despite the animation actually looking really damn good. I mean, what? Actually, do we count, like, street racing as a sport? Or motorcycle racing as a sport? Because I really like the Mars manga. That's been out of print for a billion years, but that one's really good. I mean, that one's kind of also less about the sport and more about it being a romance because it's a shoujo manga. But I really liked it. They should give that one the, Yes, I've watched Skate. I've watched Skate. I have watched Skate. Skate was really damn good. I feel like that was a good season for anime in general. I say if it's competitive and feels like a sports anime, it can count. Yeah, I'd say so. I know some people get pretty uppity about the specifics of whatever anime is or isn't. I can't be asked to care. Look, when I was in college, I took a class where the professor made a very, very, very solid argument for live-action Buffy the Vampire Slayer being an anime. And since that point, I've just decided to not care. Anime can be whatever the hell you want it to be. That was a good class. Except it was taught by a grad student, so it was just kind of like a one-off class. And no other students from that point on will have the joy of having that class. Sometimes I miss college, and then I remember about how miserable all of the work made me feel. And then I don't miss college anymore. But the people, I miss the people. Everything else, fuck everything else. But yeah, back to Mars. That should be given the banana fish treatment and given like a modernized anime. Because it'd be perfect for it. It's about an artist girl who kind of gets a big crush on this really, really absurdly beautiful guy who's actually kind of a delinquent. It's a good read, I recommend. Although, good luck trying to find the manga to it anywhere, because it has not been in print since, like, the 90s. Get the watercolor brush. Oh, I am watching a sports anime. I just started it. I just started watching Baki recently. Which is just as bizarre as the memes about it make it out to be. Reason I forgot I was watching is because I put it off for like the last week or so because it's been Tempest week and I'm a big fan of those boys. But I'll get back to it. No, it was Rust week and now it was Tempest week. So I've been catching up on everything. Big Hollow Stars fan here, by the way. Debating if I want to put a little shading in the palm here. Alright, let's go in. Color the line art. Where are you coming from? These little light pink parts. Where? Hello? Not you. Huh? Oh, that's probably why I got Protect Alpha on. Yep, there we go. Just a smidge. Perfect. Realized I did not put the lapel line right there. Let's do that really quick. Easy. I don't think your shoes are particularly shiny. No, I guess they kind of could be. Not a fan of that. He is not picking the right art decisions? Bro, I think I am, because I think this is done. I don't see anything that really looks like is an issue. Yeah, this looks fine. Cool. I finally stretched my arm. Nice. Okay, so what I do now is I send this over to the person it belongs to. Tell them, hey, if there's any small adjustments you want done, let me know. And if it looks good, it can probably be posted on Twitter. Woohoo! That's another one done! Just a billion more of these to do. Not actually a billion. I think it's like 3 more to do. Something along those lines. Still not out of the woods yet, though. Great. So I've accomplished what I've set out to do today. Thank you to everyone who tuned in and joined me for this rather chill art stream. Only 3.5 hours today. Nice. Let's see, what we got going on. Obviously tomorrow's Monday. That's Muse Dash Monday for me. Tuesday, I'm probably gonna be playing even more Everhood. Probably do a different ending. And then next Sunday, hopefully do more art, maybe. Cool. That's all I got, though. Let's see if we can raid anybody. I haven't raided Vampire Odessa in a while. Let's go raid Odessa. Nice. Cool. With all that said, thank you to all the new faces who tuned in. Thank you to everyone, even if you just lurked and all of that. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you all. And I'll see you all in the next one. Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody.